Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello, hello, hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let
Thrive. What is up, Myka, man?
I'm chilling, Stevie Stacks. How you doing?
Good. Just got off work, man. Scarfed down some grub and got here on the podcast. So we're ready to roll. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. This is episode 142 of your favorite Airbnb, short-term rental, VRBO podcast in the world, real estate. We talk it all. We talk it all here, but mostly, heavy on the short-term rentals and heavy on the real estate. And yeah, man, it's Friday. We're ready to do this. We're ready to have a great episode. Like I said, there was a guest supposed to be on, couldn't make it, but we will have that guest on the next time. Right now, it'll just be a Steve and Myka ep, and we have a lot to talk about, I believe.
Yes, sir. It is Friday the 13th. So we got to make this one special.
Not just Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th, 2020. So we'll see what goes down.
Real effed up, man. Man, so how's everything been on your end, man? I heard you got another unit, right?
Yeah, I got another unit, and it's called the Bluebird. And Sarah hooked it up pretty. It's what do they call it? Not efficiency, but they call it the when it's not a one bedroom, but it's a
Studio.
Yeah, that sounds. Back in the olden days, when Dad got kicked out of the house from Mom, he'd have to go to an efficiency, right? But now they call efficiencies studio apartments. It sounds a little classier, right?
Damn.
I'll be like, Dad, why is your kitchen in your bedroom? Don't worry about that, man. Your mom's messed up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, my dad just came and slept in the bunk bed with us. But hey. Yeah. But yeah, man. So that's
the Warren Inn. The Warren Inn. We should go buy all the old Warren Inns and turn them into micro Airbnbs. What's up with that?
Efficiencies.
Efficiency. Oh, they're studios.
But how's that? So you got the Bluebird up. How's it coming along?
The Bluebird, and it's up and running. It's being booked almost every night.
How long have you had it up?
I have had it up since, let me see, October, towards the end of October, I think I put it up. Yeah.
Right.
So it's already, we're in the middle of November. So it's been booking pretty solid since I put it up.
There you go, man. So you got one, and then you got two of them. Quick.
Arbitrages are addicting. You know this.
Yes,
it's like, I guess one of the addicting parts of it is like, man, I want an Airbnb, but how am I going to go buy a house? I have to go bid against 20 other people for a house. I have to bid like 20, 30,000, 50,000 over. And then I got to go and see if the bank does this and this, and if I qualify. And then if we gets the what's it called? The rate I want. And it gets, this whole long gas process. And at the end, you have to see if it appraises correctly. And then just to get it, and then you have to wait like another month until another 2 months till it closes. Where then you can start your Airbnb, you still got to furnish a whole fucking house. But with the arbitrage, say, oh, I want an arbitrage in downtown Dallas. Let's go look at some places in downtown Dallas. Looks nice area. Okay, when can I be in? I could be in tomorrow, and I could have it furnished in a week and up and running, making me money. That's addicting, man. That's just like turning on the cash spigot like immediately, and like in a week you could be up and running and making money. Whereas waiting 3 months to close on a damn house or condo or whatever you're trying to buy. Anyways, that's the addicting part.
No, I'm happy you brought that up because I just had off a call yesterday with a consulting call, and a guy asked me, he was like, hey man, I only know about real estate through arbitraging. And he said, so on your end, which one's better? I said, man, I do them both. So I was like, man, I like them both. I like, arbitrage. You get that quick cash on cash return. If you want to buy a house, I mean, if you're not going the traditional route, it's a faster way. If you I got my last one off auction.com. We got in there 3 months. Well, we had it after a month. We got it, boom, got it up running. I said, man, it's just a matter of you get cash on the arbitrage end, on the other time, and you get the long-term wealth. So, and then I kind of told them, I guess, I don't know if I've told you guys this, I broke my business down into 3 models. I have an arbitrage. We have arbitrage properties, timeshare properties, and owned properties. And the timeshare properties, you guys may know, outsourced it. So the only thing I really work on now is the arbitrages and the owned. And it's pretty easy because the owned properties, I can only pick it up a limited amount at this point in time with my lending and my network. So I can focus on arbitrages. Because my goal next year, we breaking in the door in 2020, we getting 5 arbitrages up right off the bat.
Boom.
Yeah. No more messing around.
you know, if you're kind of, you could say there's a hybrid of the two, you know, of buying properties and being able to get like something like an arbitrage up immediately, you know, it's kind of like, well, how can you do both? But I guess Adam Johnson, he kind of explained how he's able to enjoy the best of the both worlds because he uses what is it called when you deal directly with the seller as the bank,
seller financing,
or what is that? What is the other term that they use a lot?
Owner financing or wrap?
Subject to. That's his big thing. Subject to. So he'll find someone that wants out of their house and he'll subject to, and they'll move out and he gets access to it immediately. Right. Yep. And he has 3 years to, you know, buy him out of it or whatever. And so that's like, he's going to purchase the house. And in the meantime, day one, he could start, you know, getting his, you know, cleaning it up, painting it, put the furniture, and boom, you know, a few weeks he can be up and running on Airbnb, making money instead of waiting 3 months, you know, 1, 2, 3 months, whoever, you know, it depends on the person to buy something. But so he's dealing directly with the seller, subject to, which means, you know, it's kind of like he has like 3 years to close on this deal and then to cash them out. And then he'll be, you know, officially buying the house. So that's like a mixture of both worlds.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, man, I'm gonna try to get this guy on, man. He dropped a dope deal he did for Airbnb, but he did owner financing, right? I think he had said the house was like worth $415. He put 10% down because he was saying it's better than the BRRRR, but I was like, eh. He put 10% down, and I think the mortgage came out to like $2,400, but he cash flows He grosses $4,500 per door because it was a duplex. I was like, damn. But I didn't really get into that. But he said he does all the cleaning himself. But it was a damn good deal. I'm like, damn, you did that with owner financing.
He's making all that money and he's cleaning himself.
Like, dang. I was like, dang, this guy must be. Go ahead.
You should be looking for more of those deals instead of cleaning. Pay someone $100.
For real, I'm like, what the hell? That's what he explained it. He's like, yeah, this deal's better than BRRRR. And I was like, yeah, that's a beautiful strategy. But I'm like, if you mix BRRRR with short-term rentals, you can get in with no money at all. And I know you guys is this the first episode of me talking about my appraisal coming in low?
You mentioned it on Instagram, but you didn't mention it here.
Okay, so my appraisal came in low, right? It came in at $95K. And I explained on Instagram how I messed up my numbers. Because I was looking at houses with 3 beds, 1.5, and it comes out my house had 3 beds, 1 bath, and I didn't really pay attention to it. But I was telling this dude, I'm like, you could really get in with no money down with the BRRRR strategy because you're buying, rehab, at the refinance portion, you can pull everything out. My appraisal came in low, but out of everything, we're going to be pulling out 64, and we only put a total of 72 in the property. But the property has cash flowed $2,000 cash flow for the first 2 months. So add that in, 64 plus 4, 68. I only paid $4,000 for the house.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. So it's like that's furniture, closing costs, everything. So I'm like, you can't be mad at that. So I'm like, it just depends on how you look at it, you know. So
yeah, and then you got cash for the next one already.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking for the next one. See, and this time I ain't using my cash. I'm straight using hard money.
Yeah. So you got a hard money hookup.
Yeah. I was in my mastermind group and they just start dropping hard money when there's like, hey, go here. So I was like, oh yeah. So I'm about to try to use hard money now on.
We gotta talk after the show.
Oh yeah. Hard money all day. So yeah, I'm pushing for hard money from now on.
Now what's better than hard money is private money, but that'll be the next step, right?
See, yeah, exactly. You just got to build it up. You know what I'm saying? So I eventually want to get into private money. But yeah, man, it's so many acquisition strategies out there. That's what we got to really start focusing in on acquisition strategies because you guys know I'm about to pick up. My goal is to pick up 20 next year, and when I'm picking up 20 arbitrages and do two rehabs. So first quarter, I'm gonna pick up 5 per quarter. I'm gonna try to do 5 in Dallas, 5 in Houston, and then do 5 more in Dallas, but they're 2 bedrooms, 5 more in Houston, 2 bedrooms. And any of our friends out there in Nashville, I want to do 5 more arbitrages in Nashville. And I've been reaching out to property management companies, mostly people who've been on the show, and trying to get my service, letting them know when I'm coming. So yeah, that's my goal. So I want to start.
Shit, man. I'm gonna get me one in Colorado then.
Definitely. Depends on which part, because they got some strict ass laws.
The weed part. The weed part.
That's all of it. But don't go to Denver. Denver ain't there.
How about New Jersey? Pick up something in New Jersey.
Jersey's expensive. You gotta ask our fans, Josh and Norman. They that's they stomping grounds, man.
You know, when they saw that vote pass, they're like, their ears perked up. Should we invest in New Jersey?
They're coastal cities, man. They some pain in the ass. It's funny. A guest of the show actually hit me up about Portland today, and he was like,
But just check out how many people are gonna come right across the bridge from New York to go do some marijuana tourism. That's a lot of people from New York.
Yeah, if you can get an arbitrage over there, yeah. I don't know. We'll get somebody on to do the Jersey market. We get somebody on to test that out.
Because, like you said, you know, prices are high, but it's all relative, though, right? I mean, you could get you'd pay $2,000 a month to rent a 1-bedroom in LA, but LA is going to rent better than, you know, I don't know,
True.
Houston or some, I don't know.
LA is more inclined to shut down due to COVID.
That's the thing. Yeah, we didn't talk about we got a new president now, and so they're more prone to the shutdowns. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's one thing.
We have until January till that happens.
True. Also, Republicans still hold the Senate.
Well, there's a battle in Georgia going on, ain't there?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's what I heard. I was looking at it. They said they still hold the Senate. So you already noticed that. Not to get too political, but you know, certain stuff gets.
You know, it's funny. I just thought of like an Airbnb or arbitrage, what's it called? Angle about the Georgia thing, because there's like a big battle. There's like, oh man, I don't know, it's congressmen, senators, whatever it is that they're fighting for these last 2 seats, which would give the majority either to the Republicans or the Democrats. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a tie, then the vice president, which would be Kamala. She would break the tie. Of course, she would go with whatever the Democrats want to vote for. You know what I'm saying? So this is very important, this race or 2 races going on in Georgia. And so what a lot of people are doing are, from both sides, they're taking up residency in Georgia, you know, taking up residency there so they can, because when it's so close, they're saying they're going to be a runoff. When there's a runoff, they'll let all the citizens of that state vote over again. So even Andrew Yang, you know Andrew Yang, he's already got him a place over there. He's going to say, yeah, me and my wife are moving to Georgia so we can help out the battle over here. So there's going to be a lot of influx of voters. So, I mean, they're not going to want to live there forever. But if you have a freaking nice arbitrage over there, a nice rental, they're going to come and they're going to hit you up. They're going to say that's their new residency, at least for a year, you know, sign them for a year. Shit, make them sign a 2-year lease, you know, don't let them get away with a year. They can leave after a month or whatever. They still got to pay you.
That 2-year thing brought me to my next little subject. Go ahead, though.
No, that was just an interesting thing I just thought of right now. Was like these from the Republicans and Democrats are all headed over there to live in Georgia so they can make up residency, and then when the runoff happens, they can vote. You know, so it's going to be a big influx of population just for a few weeks. You know,
it's how the game is played, man.
It's a fucking fucked up game. Anyways, you said right. You do your next story.
Yeah, you said a 2-year lease. On your arbitrages, are you doing like a 2-year lease? Are you doing a 1-year lease? Or are you doing like a 1-year lease and you can't raise my rent on the 2nd year? How does that work?
Well, currently I'm just doing actually I'm doing 14-month leases on both of them. So there's no agreement to not raise my rent. Yeah, I didn't, because it was pretty much, I had to do everything through local. Mm-hmm. And so they handled all that, and then I signed the contract with them, and so there was no like leeway on the lease or nothing like that. So, but that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Well, see, in a way, I was like, you know, I know that a lot of these big time arbitragers, they like the 2-year lease, right? Some like 3-year leases, mm-hmm. But this is my first, like I'm the tortoise. You're the hare. You're the rabbit. You want to like conquer the world real quick. I'm a little bit more apprehensive than you, so I'm like, I like kind of having the 12-month or 14-month lease because it lets me dip my toes in the Dallas market without, if what I always thought, what happens if I get my ass handed to me in that 1 year, then I'm stuck for a whole another year. I'm just a little more apprehensive.
You just cut the lease. That's the beauty of arbitraging.
Cut it after 1 year?
Yeah, you can just cut the lease. See, that's how I look at the beauty of arbitraging versus owning. You have a 15-year mortgage. If I have a lease, I just cut it. You know what I mean?
But you wouldn't be on the hook for the second year?
No, if you cut the lease, you just cut the lease. Now, the only thing I don't like is if it's in my personal name. If it's my business name, I cut the lease. But I'll say this. It looks bad when you're destroying a relationship unless you've been negotiated, hey, we're on a 1-year lease and you can't raise the rent the second year if I decide to renew. You know what I mean?
That's I like that. I like that.
You know what I mean? So if I decide to renew, you can't raise the rent. But if not, I'll let you have your unit. You go lease it and do whatever you want to do.
I guess the only thing, that would be, like you and you mentioned it, you have more power to ask for things like that if you're going to scoop up 5 units or 10 units from those people. Yeah. But if you're just going to do 1 unit, they're going to just say that's part of every apartment complex. They're going to raise the rent every year. So why would we not do that for you? But if you're going to do 5 or 10 at a time, yes, they might write that in for you.
See, that's what I said. Like when I'm walking in the door now, I'm kind of doing partnerships. I'm walking in 10 units minimum. You know what I'm saying? We need 10 doors. So, and then we go from there, build it up. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. So 5 every pickup. So then they're gonna negotiate because now I'm giving you 5 leases. You can do something for me because you can take that back to your bank, go get you another damn building built or wherever occupancy is. I'm serious. That's what they're doing with those leases, and I think a lot of people don't. And that's kind of goes back to my point of understanding both sides of the game. Like a lot of people don't know how banks work with like commercial real estate. You know what I mean? So if you know how that works, you have leverage on that side. You know, if you give somebody 10 leases, you know what the hell this dude who owns this building or the whoever's in this syndication, what they're about to go do with these 10 leases. Like, yo, they might could take it to the bank. You know what I'm saying? So seriously, they're taking that to the bank. That's their leverage. I can give me 10 more. Give me another. Let me build another high rise over here.
I had we have a friend of the show. I'm not gonna mention their names. As soon as I started talking about them a little bit, you'd be like, oh, I know what that is. Yeah. Anyways, they showed me some ghetto apartment one time to try to get me to, hey, you can Airbnb here at our ghetto apartment that we have. You already know who it is. Yeah. And it looked great in the pictures. But I got there, man, it was ghetto. And I was like, man, I can't Airbnb. Oh, man, yeah, it'll be good, blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, it's kind of ghetto over here, dude. I don't want how can I get it looked great in pictures, but I could get some bad reviews and I might even get kicked off of Airbnb because of it, And they're like, well, come on. Well, I think his main goal, because they were trying to refinance out or they were trying to do something. He wanted leases. He wanted leases. Exactly. Exactly. So that reminded me of what you said right now. So they wanted to get all their cash out. They're going to show the bank, look, it's 90% rented. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it wasn't going to be for me, though.
And that's what I tell people. When you understand that, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. See, and me and you, luckily, we have connections who own 500-600 doors, and they'll tell you, hey, this is what we're doing with these leases. You know what I mean? And it was just like with the thing with, I think we talked about it with Shelby, and I talked about it a little bit when how I'm refinancing my properties that I'm short-term renting. I'm using the lease. I'm leasing the place back out, and you know what I mean? So,
yeah, to your LLC, right?
Yeah, it's the same methodology. Exactly.
Okay. Now, when you were looking at those apartments in Dallas, were they gonna let you rent it with your LLC?
No, and that was an issue on my end. I didn't like as well. I'm like, but I got somebody planting a bug, to like, hey, maybe we should start going this LLC route.
Oh, okay, yeah, as you expand, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's real big, man.
Because something goes down, you can bankrupt an LLC and you'll be scot free, right?
Exactly.
Donald Trump, what's up?
Speaking of Trump, man, this seems like a lot of people are mixing their politics and business. Bad idea.
Terrible idea.
I told him mixing politics and business is a bad idea.
So what exactly are you referring to? Because I saw some post on Facebook.
Oh, this guy. I guess he was a Trump supporter or whatever. And he had a yard sign out in front of it. He has a house. I guess it's one lot, two houses, and there's a yard. And he has this Trump sign out there. And somebody went to his house, and he left him. He wrote him on a notepad, "Hey, you're what's wrong with this country?
Someone rented his house. Someone rented his house.
Yeah, rented it on Airbnb, and then they wrote this in the in his book, like, you're a terrible host for even having this up. You're what's wrong with America. I'm not going to be staying here." And he left. And he goes, "You don't even have to bother refunding me." And so he posted it in the group, and I was like, I just straight said, I said, man, mixing politics and business is bad business. A lot of people were like, it doesn't matter. Politics is. I'm like, okay, if that's what you do. I mean, I don't care if you're supporting red, blue, whatever. You will never know. If you step into my Airbnb, you will never know my political affiliate. That has nothing to do with the business. You know what I mean? But that's what he wanted to do. And I was like, man, because I told him, put it on the other side of the yard. You know what I mean? If he thinks it's the neighbors, that's no big deal. But don't hurt your own business because of that.
That is messed up, especially as polarizing a figure as Trump was, or is. He ain't gone nowhere yet.
And I tell people, man, the day you step sides on a political issue, 50% of the country now hates you. It's that simple.
It's true, man. And I try to stay out of it at work, but if someone starts talking politics and just yelling stuff out, I just ask them simple questions. I was like, okay, well, how is this going to affect you if that guy wins? Or this, well, you're just a Trumper, or you're just a this. Or I'm like, man, I'm just trying to. I know you.
He's a Trump supporter.
People just blindly, follow whatever party tells you to follow. The Republicans follow exactly. Okay, I'm supposed to believe in this. I'm gonna believe in all this. Democrats, I'm gonna believe in this. I'm gonna believe in all this, even if it goes against their own personal beliefs. Is what's scary. You know what I'm saying? But
we'll have to talk after the show on that.
Yeah.
One. Man, that's deep.
And to me, I think people should look at everything open-mindedly. I like some of the things Democrats do. I like some of the things Republicans do, and vice versa. I don't like some of the things that either side do. Why should I have to pick one, or why should And most people I don't know. It's just
their mother told them. But
I bet 99% of people that vote for who their parents voted for, or maybe 90%. It's very high. It's very high.
I think in the study they said religion and politics are the two that you're more than likely just going to follow what your parents taught you. Those are the two, I believe it was. Yeah.
Right.
But mixing politics and business is bad business, in my opinion.
And like I said before, like millionaires, what do? Or billionaires? They
Agrees
donate
both sides of the aisle.
Exactly, 50% to the Republicans, 50% to the Democrats, and hey, whoever wins, they're gonna hook me up. You know what I'm saying?
That's for real. That's how you got to look at it. Look at it as a business. But yeah. So now I have a question. Since you're so into arbitraging, when's the next time you think you're gonna pick up another place to own? Like, when are you gonna buy another?
I'm looking every day. I'm looking for deals every day, but I mean, I don't have a time frame, and I guess the thing I see it this way. If I see a great arbitrage deal come up, I'm gonna hop on it. If I see a great house deal come up, I'm gonna hop on it. And if I see a great like right now, I'm really studying the timeshare in business. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I learned a lot from you. I'm talking to other people because that use different types of timeshares and seeing how those work. I just want to know what's the best bang for my buck, and we got a rock star Federico in our back pocket, so that's a good thing. And shout out to Federico.
Yeah, Federico, I'm about to have him make sure he comes to me exclusively. I'm going to have to up his pay rate. Like other people, man, I don't know.
Hey, there's enough Federico to go around. And he's smart too, because he's saying that if it gets, first of all, he's brilliant, and he's worked for American for years now, and he runs he runs all of South America, all their reservations, and he deals with all the customers. And I mean, he trains all over the world. Like he said, he's been over 50 states. So he sets up shop in all these places all over the world.
The countries, right?
Other countries. So they need a man to go in there and teach them how to do this reservations things right. They send Federico. He's the wolf. And so he's a big deal. The thing is right now, Argentina's going through problems. And so, he's looking for ways to make some extra income, and here we go. But what I was getting at, there's enough of Federico to go around while I'm saying that, because of course his wife, Carolina, she's helping out with the business too, and he has other friends too that he can put under him to help out too. He's thinking like a businessman, so don't worry. There's plenty of Federico to go around.
Oh, I already talked to him. We talk every Sunday. Federico, thing with him, I could tell he's high ranked in American Airlines because of how he thinks. Like all the books I've read, and they say hire someone who's smarter than you. Hire someone who understands the goal. He's what all books are referring to. That's the dude. He gets it. Oh, yeah. Like he'll come to me and be like, "Hey man, here's these charts. This is where we are losing money at." I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I need. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Yo, this is where we losing money at. We raise this right here. We get more reservations." I'm like, hell yeah. So yeah, I can tell now. Yeah. He's that dude. He's smart. Yeah, I love Federico, man. Federico, that's my guy right there. I like him. He gets it. Like he thinks like a business owner. He said, "Yeah, I can have people down here doing it." And he fired my VAs for me.
Whoa!
Hell yeah! He was like, "Yo." He goes, "Man, sorry. I gotta go. I have another." He's running it a different way, man. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? You need a manager to manage it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's how it is. He's cold with it. I love him. He gets it. He gets the mission. You know what I mean?
And then he takes it to another level.
Exactly. So the timeshares, I ain't even have to look at them.
That's beautiful.
I ain't looked at the timeshares. I barely even looked at the houses that I own. So, yeah, So
where I was going with earlier before we got into that was like you asked me, well, what are you going to buy another house? Well, like I said, I'm always looking for every day I look at houses. Every day I'm looking at the, potential timeshare. Not timeshares. Well, I'm looking at that too. But I'm looking at potential arbitrages. And then every day I'm looking for, I'm studying the timeshare thing. So it's like, I'll analyze it like this. NFL, you're doing the draft. You can't say, okay, well, when are you going to get a running back? I don't know. When is the right one going to fall to me? Or when are you going to get you got number one pick? Well, it depends on who's there, right? You can't just say, oh, we're going to pick a lineman no matter what. You're not going to waste the number one pick on a lineman. You know what I'm saying? If there's this badass quarterback that's going to be, or it falls to you at number 10, the badass quarterback, but you wanted to draft a wide receiver, you just go by what's the best, like, I guess, what do they say? The best option out there at that time at the position you're at, you know what I'm saying? So if the best thing, if a badass house deal comes through, then I'm going to put everything else on hold and I'm going to focus on getting that house. Right. If a badass arbitrage comes through, I'm going to put all the other things and get that arbitrage. And it just depends on what's the best option at that time. Yeah.
I'm going to say it like this. Set up systems so you can do all three.
Yeah.
That's how I was looking at it. Set up systems so you can do all three. And then you got your email going. They're sending you arbitrage deals. They're sending you places that you can buy. You know what I mean? And then you pick them. And then you have your team run the numbers. You have your team. Running numbers, you have your team running comps, you have your team telling you, hey, these units are available. It's a way to get a system, because that's where I was. I found that I limit myself with my thinking. I found that really, really, I had to really, after I read the book, the last book I read, I really realized, like, man, I limit myself a lot with my thinking. So I was like, that's why this year, 2020 has been a real good year to us. Been blessed with 2020. I hate COVID happened. But it's been real big blessing. Like, I really pushed myself on another level this year. And I'm happy about that because I changed my thinking. Like straight, go big or go home,
I love that. When there's blood in the streets,
Straight up.
But that's cool, man. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Set up the systems, and this the thing about the arbitrages. I'm not running them, right? I got people running them, even though it's been growing pains. What made me, I'm gonna refer to something funny. The other night, this girl checked in pretty late, right? She checked in pretty late this one night, and of course, I don't have to deal with it. I got someone for that. So they're explaining to her the check-in things, and she's kind of dumb, and so she's not getting it, and she's asking all these questions. She didn't fill out the thing, and she's asking the code. And anyways, I'm kind of like, I glance at it, and I'm laughing. I'm like, I don't gotta respond to this shit. It's so funny. And then like I don't know, it was like later that night, she's like, hey, how does this smart TV work? I can't seem to get my Netflix on. So I remember having to deal with all that stuff back in the day, but now I'm paying somebody, 15% to deal with all of that. And it's like such a burden lifted,
That's real, man. I love that. Dude, you get so much of your time back when you hire something out. And it's funny because after I seen you do your property management company, I'm sitting here looking like, if they'll set it all up, I'll go get the units. You know what I'm saying? If they down to run it, I'm with that all day.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got the time to go set up units, run back and forth with furniture and all that. Man, I'm setting my systems up right now before we even get popped off. Like right now, I went ahead and called a bunch of furniture stores. I found out who finances most furniture stores. I found the bank that does that, and I got a meeting with the bank. So then I'm going to see if I can get about 100K just for furniture financing on 0% interest for a year, so I can get my 20 units next year. So, yeah, man, I've been pushing like hard, man. I told you, man, I was like, man, I'm no longer limiting myself with my mindset. Like I really have to look. I'm like, man, we know way too much. We know way too many people for us to not have enough doors to where we just chilling somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like with the ones I'm picking up because I'm picking up 5 in Houston first. First people I called, I was like, man, let me call AJ and Erica. EA Lodging. They've been on the podcast before. They manage. Hit him up. He was like, oh, yeah, we'll manage them for you. We'll set it up. I was like, the connections are there. You just got to do it. Straight up. It's like Nike. You just got to do it.
Can I ask what fee they charge to manage in Houston?
I think they said 15. I got to run back with them because I told them it might be adjusted because of the number I'm giving them because I'm coming in heavy. Like I'm doing 5-10 units at a time. So I'm going to see.
It's funny with them. I like thinking way back to our podcast with them. It's like they started off doing their own Airbnbs and they just fell in love with the managing side, man. That's like they fell in love with the management of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Management, it is easy to fall in love with because you barely got to do anything from your end, and your cost is low. Your cost of doing business is very low. You almost like collecting a check.
Yeah, you don't have any skin in the game,
Exactly.
Yeah. So the arbitragers are doing everything,
Yeah.
They're getting the place, they're furnishing the place, they're paying for everything, and you just go in and take a chunk of it to run it. And hopefully you have your systems where it runs itself.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I say. Have your systems to where it runs itself. See, and I don't mind even training up, like not even training them up, but if a management company's kind of new and they know certain things, if I know certain things, I would definitely help them out. If they, I'm definitely help them out if they're trying to grow their business. You know what I mean? I'll let you manage mine, and I'll tell you some systems I use.
I had a little, I wouldn't say scare, kind of a scare. When you mess with my money, you scare me a little bit. Well, my unit, the Bluebird, the new one, someone rented it like on it's like 24th or 25th, right, of November.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, someone grabbed Thanksgiving. I looked at it, and my payout was only like $200 after everything. I was like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Those are prime days. I was just thinking to myself, Thanksgiving? I was like, and they're only renting out for $89 a night or whatever the hell, like a regular Tuesday or Wednesday price or whatever it was. And then I hit them up, hey, just to let y'all know, you should probably raise prices on the holidays. And they said, oh, well, how much do you want to raise them? I was like, that's y'all's stuff to research, I mean, I could give you a price, but y'all are supposed to be on top of that. And anyways, what I found out later, Thanksgiving is actually on the 26th. So the day of Thanksgiving, they didn't rent it for like an $89 price. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's still there, and they still have like a 5-day minimum from the day of Thanksgiving forward. Like things that we kind of know about, doing Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
You would put the 5-day minimum on both sides, right? And then slowly decrease it as the day approaches. And then you would definitely have the prices higher because people are coming to town for Thanksgiving. They're going to pay more, right?
Well, kind of.
In the past, it's always been like that for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've always said houses, though. That's a difference.
Yeah, me, I kind of do a little bit different. I set my calendar up to get longer reservations to begin with. Like how I run my pricing. I use Sean's pricing strategy, and I get long. Like right now, one of my places is booked till December. The other one, the lady just checked out, and she was there for like 2 months through Airbnb. And then the other one the dude's been there a month, but he's gonna have to go for 2 weeks because the reservations in between, and then he's booking for another month. But that was direct. But so it kind of depends. I'm kind of losing my touch on that game, on the whole raising and lowering prices, because I usually get the longer reservations.
Nice.
Yeah. But I would definitely raise them on those dates. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Especially like New Year's coming up. Now, somebody did book for New Year's. They paid like almost $500 for New Year's. So, a couple nights. So I wasn't really tripping too hard.
Oh, that's good money. That's good money.
Yeah.
So have you sold your condo yet?
No. Okay, I'm happy you brought that up. So the contractor is supposed to start Monday. He starts Monday. We go ahead and start getting everything done. Once that's done, we can go ahead and list it. We're going to 1031 it. So once we get it listed, then sold. And after that, we'll be done. We'll be ready to go.
Oh, there you go. Nice. You got called out for your Do I? How much?
120. Furniture included.
Oh, see, there you go. Now you're talking my. Yeah.
I offered it to 2 people. I even offered it to my coworker.
Oh, really? They didn't want to buy it.
They said they would look at it. They look at it, but there's a lady in the damn complex that wants to buy it, but she has 2 already, so I know she's gonna come at me with investor numbers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I'll see.
Maybe she's trying to flip the HOA. Trying to get an Airbnb ready.
Nah, with 3 of them she can't because it's an old dude and there owns like 11.
Oh shit! But does he get 11 votes? I don't know how that HOA works.
They get 11 votes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he gets 11 votes, so it's a vote per door.
So he's anti Airbnb.
No, he's all for it. But there's somebody in there who owns like, I think he owns more than him, so it's probably like a 12, 13, and he's all against it. He's but they're both older guys. But this guy, he was the guy who told me why they shut down Airbnb over there. He was like, oh yeah, people were having bad guests. They weren't controlling them. Guests having sex in the pool and prostitution ring. He was that guy.
There was a prostitution ring though.
Yeah, right? He was that guy. He was like, yeah, man. He goes, yeah, they ruined it for everybody. And I was like, oh, he goes, that's when they started voting against it. And I'm like, damn. And it would happen. I think it happened like either right when I bought. So I'm thinking when I bought that condo, they might have been selling it for that reason. You know what I mean?
Oh wow. Okay. It was your gold mine for a little bit.
Yeah. Taxes
Arlington scares me though. Arlington, man.
I wouldn't touch Arlington, man.
I see houses over there. Like, man, that'd be a good deal, but I don't want to give Arlington no more of my money, man. The way they do us so dirty.
Dude, did you seen them new Airbnbs they threw up over there though?
Yeah, that's funny how a corporation come in and get their freaking shit stamped and we can't. Yeah, dude. We've been paying taxes for years over there.
Yeah. They did that. They did their citizens dirty with that one, dude.
Very dirty, dude.
Yeah.
No, well, you live and learn, right?
Yeah. Arlington, I wouldn't touch either. That's what I'm selling. I have a goal right here: sell all the rentals in Texas. I'm jumping state, man. I'm jumping next door.
Oh, you're just gonna arbitrage here?
Yeah, arbitraging. I'm just use Texas for arbitraging, and I'm gonna short-term rent in other places. Places where I can just get a little bit more cash flow. Well, a lot more cash flow.
Right. What I was talking about, dealing with rock stars.
Yeah.
We've found a rock star in Sarah. She hopped on the show.
Yeah.
And she's she's taking on a lot of work now, and that's great. She's hopping out of her full-time job, man. She's burning the ships.
Good.
She's hopping out of her full-time. What was it? What is that called? Or you're designing houses and shit. Architecture is a full-time architecture job. I'm not exactly sure what she did there, but she's hopping out of that to focus full-time on her business of furnishing. Designing and furnishing Airbnbs and short-term rentals. And so she's already done 2 for me. Mike Brown, downtown Mike Brown's gonna do one for him. She's done several for other people. She's a friend of the show, Jenny Bowie. I don't know.
Yeah, Jenny
Bowie, yeah, out of Florida. She's gonna do one for her in Florida.
Dang.
And then Sarah Behar, up in New York, in those cabins up in New York. She was on the show. Aber. Yeah, she's Aber, whatever. She's gonna do one for her, like a virtual setup for her. And then she's already been hit up by Jerome in the house. She's already been hit up by Jerome, but a lot of more people in the Dallas area want her services. I'm like, man,
we can't be pitching her, man, because now everybody got to take her. See, now she got to raise the rates. We can't be telling everybody.
Dude, hey, man, Adam James, we come from what's it called, abundance.
No, but honestly though, man, I'm happy for Sarah because I was trying to get some over in the place she just hit up, but the numbers didn't work out for me. But yeah, I'm happy we're able to help people grow their business.
And it's funny how that works. So Adam James talked about it. Talk about it from abundant, because he's like,
yeah,
we give a lot. He says we give away a lot of free information. But then at the same end, I had a conversation with him before, and he's like, man, it's good to come at things with an abundance mentality because there's enough for everybody. And he goes, and the more you give out there, the more you're going to get back in return. And it's been happening for us, man. It's been happening for us. And so we got a rock star short-term rental designer and stager, and yeah, she does everything.
Shout out to Sarah. She be killing
Sarah. Maria McNeese. Now, Maria McNeese, I want to my next arbitrage, I want to onboard her as my property manager. Even though she's in Florida. She's in Florida, but if you
thought she was in New York.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's in New York, but she manages all the units in Florida.
Okay.
And the way she told me, I mean, if you talk to this girl, like one-on-one talk with her, I mean, it's like you probably how you felt when you talked to Federico, how they have so much knowledge, and if there's something that she can't answer, she, let me research that. I'm gonna get back to you. She's one of those people. She's like, she'll go above and beyond, and she'll tell you because boots on the ground is a big fear. You don't have boots. This is what I do about the boots on the ground. I get get a great handyman. I get a great cleaner. We work with boom, 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 and she just had an answer for everything. It's like I'm not used to interviewing people, but I was like, man, I was blown away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want, and she was going to give me even a better rate than local gives me, And so I was like, why not? She's going to bust her ass for me. And I'm even trying to, link her up with Federico because the more units she picks up, she's going to need a VA, someone to help out, help run them for her. Yeah. And so yeah, we're just meeting a lot of rock stars doing this, what we're doing.
That's a fact, man. And people really picking up, man. I'm happy. Like, really, man, we running like $1 million, multi-million-dollar organization with everybody we got. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting a piece of the pie. I'm happy. I'm happy. Shout out to Sarah. I'm happy she picked up. You know what I mean? That's real cool. And it's cool because Sarah's really smart. Sarah knows how to place things. Like, she found us on Instagram by tagging us in a story. We watched the story, put her on the podcast. Now look what she's doing. That's the type of stuff you have to think of. You know what I mean? And she does it. She does it. Federico does it. Maria does it. Everybody on the show, they do it. They pick up one thing. Like what did Gary Vee say? You put out one piece of content. That content can take you to a whole nother place. Like Dogface.
Dogface. I was thinking that
one piece of content. That's all it took. Just keep posting content. It just took one video.
He's gonna be a millionaire from that one 10-second video.
10-second video. That's all it took, man. So, and I think Mahogany said this the other day. She said the only thing between us and success is action. It's just action. Once you take action, it's there. You might fall, get back up, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a
I saw a saying too today. I thought it was pretty cool. It was someone put it up. It was like, I don't know. You think of like a historical figure like Theodore Roosevelt or someone like that, right? And it said most people don't find success because it usually looks like what it looks like comes in overalls and hard work.
I like that. I like that. Funny
And they
thing is,
look
I'm reading the book The Millionaire Next Door, and that is a perfect example of that book. That's what they're talking about.
right.
That's a fact. But so I finally automated my direct booking process. We finally got that automated. Almost everything's automated. The only part I have not automated is getting the door code to them. I can get my door to create a code for them, but I can't get the code to go out. So I got to get the code to go out. That's the one I'm looking for right now. I have to manually send the code. But other than that, the direct booking game, I'm telling y'all, that is the next level truth. I think I posted it on Facebook today. I said you get better guests because because guests know there's nothing standing between you, the host, and their credit card. So they're usually, I'm sure you get a better guest, man. Straight up.
That's golden right there, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, because they can't manipulate the game with Airbnb. Say, hey, give me my money back.
Yeah,
Airbnb.
that's exactly what it is, man. Because the whole Airbnb, I'm gonna have to rag on Airbnb a little bit. First off, they lost like 100,000 users yesterday by accident. They deleted them. Yeah, they accidentally deleted. I think they recovered them. A lot of people were saying their account said down for maintenance, but Airbnb deleted 100,000 users supposedly yesterday. But one thing about them, they've become a shield for reckless guests. And the reason why I say that is because if the guest causes $700 worth of damage, I really found out that $1 million host guarantee is really for Airbnb. So Airbnb filed the claim to their $1 million host guarantee, right? Get the money out. Once they get the money out, okay, hey, this guy needs 700. Then they send it right back to us, the host. The guests don't pay for jack. Therefore, they can be reckless. They don't have to abide by any rules. Like people, there's some hard, like straight up, we're Airbnb for life people out here. But man, Airbnb got some real big holes they need to fix, and that's one of them. Airbnb is like that symbol is a shield for reckless ass guests, in my opinion. But that's how I look at it. Because go ahead.
So they don't hold their credit cards or charge them anything if they like do something crazy at someone's house.
No, like even you said, like the security deposit ain't real.
Yeah, that ain't real.
You're not charging a security deposit. I think Airbnb is in a point where they don't want to lose money, so they're trying to be. They've actually became more fair in their decisions. I've noticed that they became more fair in their decisions because I think they sent me a message about a guest was trying to. What did the guest say? The guest didn't know they had a security deposit at the front door, at the front check-in desk, and they were trying to say that was not fair. But the Airbnb people were like, oh, well, we've seen it in your listing, and we let the guests know they have to pay the fee, which I'm pretty sure Airbnb probably paid it for them. But that's the problem, I think, with Airbnb and their guests. They've created a system where hosts and guests don't trust each other, and because Airbnb is playing the middleman. Remove the middleman, got a smooth transaction.
Yeah. That's true, man. So you gotta remove the middleman. I've been giving advice. You know, it's funny. I can't help but give advice, right?
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this show for a couple years now, right? Or how long we've been doing it? Yeah, a couple years, probably longer. But so at my units over there, I have internet. You know, have internet in the first unit I got, which is the Green Dream. Look it up on Facebook or IG, Facebook. Gosh, I got a link for it. But I got my new unit below it, so I was like, well, shit, it's just right up, right above it. So I just share the internet to that one, right? And so I don't have to get another. I have to set up another, setup fee and all that shit. It's a strong fiber optic AT&T, internet. So it's good.
Hey.
Flying, smoking.
Yeah.
And anyways, Sarah asked me because she was setting up a unit across from the Green Dream in front of it for a client, and she said, "Would you be interested in sharing your internet with him too?" And I was like, "Well, maybe. It shouldn't affect it too much because the way the apartments are set up, it's just like sharing internet in this house right here. You know what I'm saying?" And so I spoke with him. He's a cool dude, and so we talked a little bit about about Airbnb and stuff. And he's more of a passive. He just giving his money, getting the unit, getting her set it up, and letting local run it, like no questions asked. And so so we're splitting the internet. So I'm for $30, I'm getting 2 of my units, juice with internet for $30 a month, which is pretty good. Yeah. And so he's paying the other half of it for his unit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so 15.
Well, he's paying 30. He's paying half the internet. Yeah, he don't know I got 2 units. Gotcha. No, but either way, I'm not ripping him off. I'm paying $60 a month for internet, and he's paying 30. Okay. And he's paying half of that, which is 30. I'm not ripping him off. Okay. I just happen to have a unit under me that's sharing it too. Whatever. Okay. But anyways, so he don't have to set up. You don't have to pay a setup fee for internet, and he don't have to pay $60 a month for internet. He's paying 30. But I got to speaking with the dude, and he's a cool guy. He's more into stocks than this. He thought he'd just try a few units and see how it stuck. And I think he looked at he got the one across the hall, which is the one y'all checked out. I saw y'all on the camera. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got him to pay half of the Ring camera for the year too. He went ahead and did that. You know how you pay for a year.
Oh, because he sees it. Okay, smart idea.
But the thing is, he ain't even watching it. What happened already? I mean, he just like had his first couple guests. See, local messed up the cleaning schedules, and so he had a guest check out. The place wasn't clean. The next guest checked in to a filthy place, and it was missing sheets, missing this and that. And he got a 1-star review right off the bat, man. Like his second review got a 1-star review, just complaining. And and he was upset about it. I told him, dude, I was like, at least check the camera for, if you want to, you paid for half the camera, at least check it for check-ins, check-outs. I know you want to be super passive, but from my experience with local, I have to kind of monitor him a little bit, and it sucks to have to do that. But in order for me to rent apartments and rent those places there, I'm stuck with local. My only end is working with them. They're getting better, whatever, but I still, hey, heads up, someone checked out, heads up, someone, if I noticed the cleaner didn't come through, I would have picked that up. He didn't notice it because he didn't check the cameras, and so he got burned with a 1-star review. And I told him, okay, this is what you got to do now. It sucks, but you're going to have to tell local to remove your listing altogether since it's brand new, right? Repost it as a brand new listing. And also they haven't even posted his professional pics yet. He's got 4 old, iPhone pics up for his unit. I know he's kind of a competitor. He's in the same place that I am. He's got his unit up. He's kind of a competitor, but I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like helping him out a little bit because I don't want to see anybody fail at this game.
It's not even a competitive thing to me. I'd be like, man, if you missed, first off, I'd have been happy they missed it. This time to learn. So, for example, Federico made a mistake the other day. A couple of them, he talked to me about it. Didn't care because now he's learning. So mistakes, don't care. What you're going to do about the mistake, that's what I care about. So, okay, you're missing your cleanings. Instead of me checking in, what's your cleaning system, local, and how does it work? How are you missing cleanings? That's how I would handle it. So then I can give local a better system to implement and then make their jobs easier. I'm not giving myself more work. Hell no, that ain't how I go. I'm going to give them more work. You should have told him, find local's cleaning process. Then come to me, tell me what it is, then I can help you. Then you can go to local. Yeah, don't create work for yourself. Don't create work for yourself. Create
that's
systems.
Wise. That's wise right there.
Yeah, create systems. Be like, then you can go to local, be like, do you guys know about turnover B&B? They can just pick up the cleanings on there. You know what I mean? Give them the systems you know about. They can use them so you can go get another damn unit. You know
the thing is with local, I've tried to give them advice before, and they're more like, oh, don't worry about it. We got this. We know what we're doing, kind of thing. That's their response. It's like they don't want to receive advice. I'm trying to help them. I'm like, listen, I have a Airbnb podcast. I've interviewed a bunch of people. I kind of know how to do this, and I've run my own Airbnbs. I've always been a super host. I've never lost my super host badge. So I could give you, I could give you some advice about this and that, and that they're more just don't worry about it. We got this, and we got our people. We got so and so doing that. We got so and so doing that. Mm-hmm. They're growing pretty fast, but they're starting to drop the ball a lot. That's what Sarah told me. they're because they're growing really fast and they just started.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to, because I kind of feel what Loco's going through. You do kind of drop the ball a little bit when you're growing. When you're growing without systems, I'll say that. When you're growing without systems, you do drop the ball a lot. Like you got to, okay,
good for me.
I'm going to look at say this. With my Airbnb business, my arbitrage business, I focused more on systems than growth. Now, has that held me back? Yes. But now when I go into the arbitrage game, I can go in balls to the wall. We're taking over. You know what I mean? Because I already have the systems in place. Mm-hmm. So I think they're growing without systems. They're going to grow faster. But you might start crumbling some shit on the back end. You know what I mean? Like you're going to start hitting some road bumps. Like, so, hey, Steve's not happy. New dudes ain't not happy. Okay.
Like Game of Thrones, right?
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
This is my honest advice. I didn't pick up the units with local, and it was because of a pricing issue. But if it were me, this is my thing that I seen. Like the whole, I can't negotiate lease terms, things like that. Everything has to go in my name. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. But, you know, I understand when businesses are in the growth phase, and I try to be lenient and leeway and give, you know, and even in the learning phase, you know, people, we all have to make mistakes to learn, you know what I mean? And sometimes when we take that 9 to 5, me and my guy Josh were just talking about this. He goes, man, the 9 to 5 world makes it so there's no room for mistake. And I said, he goes, that's why we're entrepreneurs, because we don't mind making mistakes and other people making mistakes around us. Mm-hmm. But you got to be able to fix it. You got to be able to fix it. You know what I mean?
And this is my big lesson out of all of this, because I have 2 units, you know, through local with those apartments that I'm at. And they're the exclusive managers for people that want to do Airbnb there, right? Yep. And so I did not know that on the first go around when I got, well, I kind of knew what I got it through local, through those properties, and I got my first unit. Okay. Everything went pretty good. Went smooth. Well, actually there's growing pains, but you know, we got it sorted out. So I went ahead and picked up the one unit below it. And I was like, I'm going to just run this one myself, or I wanted to get Sarah, Maria McNeese to run it. And, cause I didn't, like I said, you know, there's things that I don't really like about local, but anyway, so I got it up on Airbnb. I started getting bookings. I started rolling with it, and then I got a call from local. Hey, you know, I see you got another unit, you know, and you know, we're exclusive. Everything has to go through us in order to rent here at this place. And then, you know, they know the manager, you know, firsthand, and so said it too. Yeah, he has to go through us. And I was like, okay, I didn't know that. That's fine. Y'all can run it. Here's the keys. And so what I learned is never ever go do an arbitrage at a place where you're stuck with that particular management team. Because what happens, like you said, okay, you give them some advice, they fuck up. You give them more advice, they fuck up. You can't fire them. You're stuck with them. They can keep fucking up the whole term, and you're stuck with them. So that's the thing that I'm learning. That dude can give him advice. I can give him advice till my face turns blue. They'll be like, okay, we got it. Don't worry about it. And they can still keep messing up, and you can't do anything about it. That's the biggest lesson I learned. Never go in with an apartment company. Well, go ahead.
You can kick a co-host off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, hard to evict during COVID, my friend.
Yeah, but it's in my name. I don't want to fuck up my credit. I'm worried about my credit.
Hard to evict during COVID, my friend.
You can still. Oh
no, you know me.
I see what you're saying.
You know me. I live life on the edge. So,
but
but go. I know what you mean. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's just a lesson I learned. Yeah. I guess you could play it that way or whatever. But if you just want to like have as little headaches as possible, negotiate directly with the owner of the place or the manager, the biggest wig you can negotiate with, and tell them you're using your management team, or it's no deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's simple as that.
Or start driving people to your place and show you the direct booking website, and then just cut local a check. They ain't got to know who's up in there. Like, look, y'all getting paid, we good. I mean, I'm serious. This is the type of shit I do. I mean, because I look at it like, man, if it's that big of a deal where they're messing up all the time,
they do good for me because I'm on their asses. But you said it creates more work for us, right?
More work for you, but I also want to know, not the new guy. I need somebody who's fine being who got money in the bank, who's fine being a test rat in there. Like I want them to show me. I want to see the numbers of somebody who does not say anything to them. If you're collecting a $500 check every month, I wouldn't give a damn what they're doing. But I need to see those numbers. You see what I'm saying? If somebody in there like, yo, I got a $500 check, I ain't logged into no Ring app, I ain't logged into Airbnb, I just got $500 in the mail. That was my cash flow. I'm cool. You know what I mean? But it depends. It depends on. It just depends on kind of where you're trying to go with your, with your time. But that's how I look at it.
Cool. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're setting up your systems.
Yeah.
So when you do grow and expand, you won't have those growing pains.
Yeah.
So in other words, measure twice or measure 100 times and cut once, right?
Yeah. And I just had a lot of questions when I was there that just didn't really bid well for me. It was just like the whole, you can't, I already knew they were exclusive. They told us on the walkthrough. See, that's why I always take Mahogany on the walkthrough, because Mahogany gonna ask questions. Like I'm gonna have questions and she gonna ask questions. It's gonna be boom, boom. It's double. We up in there. You know what I'm saying? So anything I miss, she gonna pick up. If she missed it, I'm picking it up. So when we went, like we got the full rundown. Like we got the whole business model actually, but but I mean, I respected the business model. But yeah, if it's not working, then it's dude.
I'm making it work. I'm just saying, someone that's more passive, he got burned, and I wouldn't have got burned like that. But he wants to be passive. He's about stocks. He likes the stock market. That's like he likes to play around with that. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure he's pretty well off, and he's got his money in the right spot, so he's gonna be okay. But
he ain't tripping.
He's a little sad about that. About a 1-star review, but I don't know if he's gonna do anything about it. He's
what though? On the flip side, him being new to Airbnb and just wanting it passive, it probably didn't hit him as hard. When you jump into the Airbnb game and you're off all the way in, a 1-star review, people be complaining about it on the Facebook groups. He probably like, okay, it was a mistake. They might get better, they might not. He might not even understand it. But I'd like to know how much he cash flows on his unit and see if it's worth it.
Yeah, that's the unit y'all were looking at, right?
I think so.
And it was a little bit pricey. I looked at it too. It was pretty pricey. But for him, like, it was like 1,300.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was like 13 for a little itty bitty.
I'm saying, I'm kind of wondering
if he cash flows off that, I'd be like, wow. I don't know what he's got going on, but
your expenses come out to like 16. You got to be. Nah. Oh, I'm happy you brought that up because that brings me into this. I think Dallas is about to get saturated again with 1-bedroom arbitrages. But I think this is the thing I'm noticing. The people who are going to saturate it are going to fall off quick because they're negotiating bad deals. Yeah, they're negotiating bad deals. Because I only know a few people out there like Sean, the people I network with who actually negotiate the deals. A lot of these people are just walking in asking for units. They thinking, oh, I'll just make the money. They not even – these dudes, bro, they go in and just take whatever rent they give them. I'm like, negotiate that shit? Like, yeah. So Dallas is on its way of being oversaturated with 1-bedrooms. It's going to get there again. But I think where you are with how you have yours are you're at the right rental price, and Sarah's decked them shits out so they stand out. You're in there. You're the type of host that's going to survive. These people who just sitting here picking up units, going to IKEA, throwing furniture up in there, man, that's about to die off unless you go with a different size unit. Unless you go in 2 and 3 bedrooms, then you can get more guests in there. But the 1-bedroom studios, if you ain't decked out, you ain't about to win this race.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of real hesitant. That's why, like, if I do my units, Sarah got they be up in them. I'm letting Sarah run them.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Let me see, where'd my camera go?
Still up. But
Is it still
yeah,
up? Oh, there you are.
I'm happy you brought that up.
And if I can vent a little bit more.
Go ahead.
We talk everything on this show. And local, I love you, but I'm calling you out a little bit. A little slightly. But they're gonna pick up their game. I know they are. But here's one thing that a growing pain, something that they need to learn, that me and you and I have already learned. We learned, I mean, this is like renting shit 101, right?
Shit 101.
Renting shit 101, RS 101.
So we cuss a lot on our Friday shows.
We do. We got a little drink. What's up? Big plastic cup. So the unit I told you, the first unit, the Green Dream, the one that rented for 12-month rental, $2,200 a month, that I was all telling you, oh shit, I'm locked in like Flynn. That's the reason I got the second one. I was like, man, that one's done. I gotta do shit. And so I got the second one, let's just do some Airbnb. Anyways, the lady that was there had to get surgery on her foot. So she told local, listen, I can't stay because I'm gonna get surgery. I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. It's on the second floor. There's no elevator, blah, blah, blah. They even offered, hey, how about you just, instead of breaking your lease and paying all this money, whatever, I guess they had it in a contract. She has to pay a certain amount if she breaks the lease. How about you just go, you can do the bottom one, the bottom floor one. She said, well, that's not going to work because of this and that. She just wanted to bounce. And so anyways, this is how local handled it. She said, well, I'll be out Thursday. Because that's when the surgery and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, they're like, well, you got to be out tomorrow because, if you're going to leave and you're not going to pay anything, you got to be out the next day. And so she bounced. And I'm like, okay, now what's going to happen? Because she was signed up to a lease and now she's gone. I mean, what do y'all got for me? Oh, well, she agreed to pay the fee to get out, the reletting fee or whatever. All right. It'll come in Friday. Friday rolled around. I hit them up. Nothing. Saturday. Hey, where's my money? Sunday. Hey, where's my money? Oh, well, this is what happened. The communication thing pisses me off about them too. They don't answer me right away. And she's like, well, this is what happened. We spoke to our lawyer and they said, well, because it might be like a discrimination because of a handicap thing to not pursue that money. But you can pursue it if you want. How the fuck am I going to pursue it? I didn't sign no contract with her. And they're like, and I was like, well, what about, did y'all do a what's it called? A deposit or anything? No, we didn't do, and then silence. I didn't hear from him. I'm like, what the? No deposit? So you're signing someone to a 1-year lease with 0 deposit? I mean, come on. This is like renting shit 101. Anyways, that's what pissed me off. That's what pissed me off. I'm running out of drink. I'm getting pissed because of that.
I'm sorry, but that's funny. He said you can go after him if you want.
What the fuck? Am I going to go find her? You got a phone number for me? And yeah. So I was pissed about that. I was like, at least 1 month's rent as a deposit. So what if they do bounce on you? At least you got another month's rent from them. You know what I'm saying? That's simple.
Funny. That's funny.
Even on what's it called, Furnished Finder, it says there's a spot you plug in what the freaking deposit's gonna be, right? There's a spot for that. Would y'all put 0? Oh my god! Let me sign a lease without I don't have to pay a deposit. I'm gonna bounce the next shit. Sorry,
that's funny, man.
It's a Friday episode.
Damn, yeah, that's all the way. But they picked it up right ever since then, right?
It's been renting good, so I'm disgruntled, but there's been some mistakes. Yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible, dude.
I love the show not only because we teach and we learn, but we get to vent. I like to vent.
That's real.
There's a lot to vent about. Like you see these guys on IG and Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, look at me standing in front of an expensive car." There's a lot of most of that shit's fake. But the people that actually did get there's a lot of freaking tears and a lot of tribulations all along the way that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? That's so right. At least we spit that all out on the show. You still want to do this game? There's going to be some failures. There's going to be successes and failures. You learn the most from the failures, right?
Straight up. And that's really what it is, man.
I'm learning a
I
lot.
try to post my failures so people can learn from them, you know. Even though the one I posted, it wasn't that big, but it was one that I messed up the numbers on, you know. So, yeah, the failures is when you learn. That's really what it is, you know. It's really when you learn. So, next time, I guess you got Maria for your next 5 in Fort Worth.
In my next 5 in Fort Worth, yeah, or wherever, yeah. I'm gonna get Maria to help me out, and so that's the thing, Maria, and maybe I'm trying to link her up with Federico too to help her. You know, I don't want her to, to help her out.
We got to let Federico get his systems in place. Once his systems are in place, then we got boom, boom.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and we're all learning. But if anyone can do it, Federico can do it. He's a rock star. So
yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He got the system, so you can do it.
Here's what I love about it. You know, okay, let's say you use VAs in Philippines before, you use VAs in India, wherever you used them. Did you speak to them on a one-on-one basis? Were they passionate about this shit? Because I talked to Federico and he says, man, you know, I just spoke with Federico with Myka, man. I love this. We had a great conversation. I can't wait to show him this, what I learned. He's passionate about this. He said,
exactly.
He says he works from like 5 a.m. when he works for American, you know, all the way up to like midnight, whatever. But he loves every fucking minute of it because he's doing something he's passionate about. He loves figuring shit out, and that's what you want.
Really? Yeah. See, that's what. See, with the VAs in the Philippines, it's like you're giving them a task. And Federico, he understands the job. Okay, he understands. Okay, we got to get sales. He understands sales. Once you understand that, he understands how the business operates. Like today, he sent me some shit. I'm like, oh, damn. You know, I was like, hell yeah. You know, in a spreadsheet format, like we losing money here. I was like, this is the type of dude I need because he's going to help me grow other parts of my business with what he brings me. You know what I mean? Then there's more money to go around for everybody. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they know his name in the American Airlines circles because they flew him over here first class for he won a chairman's award, $10,000, because the way he's been doing his thing over there in South America. They did a big old thing in Dallas, this badass hotel, you know, wined him and dined him, you know, met the CEO, shook hands with the CEO, and it's like, yeah, they flew Federico in, and
I can believe it because he sees things from a business owner standpoint, man. He sees it. Yeah, yeah. He's the truth. He's the truth.
And he can't wait to get to America. He's a land of opportunity, man. He says you can do anything there. You know?
Dude, people don't realize that. You know, we're in the land of fucking opportunity. Straight up. Just get up and bust a move. Try something. You know what I mean?
So quit your bitching, everybody, and get out there and fucking do something.
Straight up. And I got to say something on that. I'm going to kind of vent a little bit too.
Yeah.
It's always some people out there that's going to try to hold you down. Always got something to say. Just remember, most of those people ain't even in the damn game. They on the sideline watching. Don't let them deter you from striving for greatness, as my man LeBron would say. Don't let nobody deter you, for real, man. I see a lot of people who ain't even in the game got all the shit in the world to say. But you flipping, I didn't even say it, flipping burgers at McDonald's, but you got all the advice in the world. But I don't want to take it to that level. But, you know, it's people that don't even have a foot in the game, but stop somebody who potentially can go and do something, but they hear those words and it crumbles them, you know, and the words of negativity, man, don't ever stunt that crap. You know what I mean? So keep pushing. Keep
pushing, baby. Great episode, man. This is off the cuff. You know, someone fell out. We were supposed to interview, but we'll get them on next time, and we just winged it. And whenever we have a good episodes. Our Fridays, we have fun. Oh
yeah, Fridays. Yeah, Fridays. I don't know. We do me and you on Fridays, man. Oh man, the club's shut down. Y'all ain't kicking it anyway, so you might as well hear some cussing and drinking. But yeah, those are our growing pains for tonight. And yeah, thank y'all for continuing to listen to us. It's crazy how many people we've helped. Now that you brought that up, shout out to Parental Wealth on Instagram for shouting us out. I'm so happy you were able to get that house off the ground, get that Airbnb up. When you tagged us, that meant the world. I'm happy that we were able to help you, straight up. And I hope there's other people we've been able to help. Tag us on Instagram if we helped you. We will definitely shout you out. So, for sure.
Love it.
All right.
All right.
LLT is out.
Later.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.